You know Stidham better than anybody in this conversation. Any question in your mind that if Cam is healthy, he's the starter week one?
Cam week one will be the starter if he's healthy. But look, let's have a real conversation about this. Jarrett Stidham is not trash. Like, I know but we're not comparing Jarrett Stidham to a guy that they're on equal playing fields. We are talking about Cam Newton. That is what Ryan has been trying to get across. That's what Rex has been trying to get across. We are talking about Cam Newton compared to Jarrett Stidham. That doesn't mean Jarrett Stidham can't play. That doesn't mean Jarrett Stidham is not going to have a great career. Jarrett Stidham ain't no damn Cam Newton. That's the point. Now, when we get to the point of can he play and have success in this league, yes, he can. Bill Belichick has him on the roster. We know one thing about Bill. If you can't help his team, you won't be there. That's number one. The second thing is, I'm sure that they want to give Jarrett Stidham every opportunity to start. He's been in there. Now we can get to football and talk about he's been in the system. He's worked with Josh McDaniels. He's coming off years where he watched Tom Brady operate and have seen how they do things the Patriot way. He's been in that culture. But again, we are talking about Cam Newton. And if he's healthy, Jarrett Stidham and Cam Newton are on two different playing fields. That's the conversation. So week one, week two, I don't give a damn when it is. When Bill Belichick identifies that Cam Newton has a grasp of everything that they need to do, and Cam Newton is healthy based off training camp and when they can get together, he gonna be the damn starter. I don't know what the hell we talking about.
I agree.
It's Cam Newton versus Jarrett Stidham.
You're right.
We're talking about other people.
It's not a referendum about Stidham. It's a referendum on Cam. That's what. I did an essay on this a couple of weeks ago, guys. It's like Cam Newton got hurt and the world forgot how good he is. He was the #1 pick in the draft for a reason. He was the MVP of the league for a reason. His team was in the Super Bowl for a reason. He was playing MVP caliber football a year and a half ago, and then he got hurt, and he did what football players do. He tried to play through it. And as a consequence of that, his shoulder was a mess. People decided he couldn't play anymore, and the world has decided he's done. That's what's happened, Marcus. Let's just be real.
Let me add this.
Hold on a second. Respond to this. The world decided Cam Newton's not hurt. Cam Newton's done. That's basically what the world has decided, and that's what he's got to combat now. Right?
Yep. And to that point, to that point, everybody forgot. But I didn't. You know why I didn't forget? Because I've been on the field with the animal. And I'm going to tell you something. He is not to be played with. When you talk about game planning, when you talk about playing against that cyborg, he is one of the hardest players in the NFL to play against. It ain't even close. That week of preparation was the hardest week of preparation outside of when we had to get ready to play Michael Vick when he was in the Atlanta Falcons uniform, when it comes to the quarterback spot. So I don't give a damn what we talking about. We talking about Cam Newton. And by the way, let me add this because I think it's important. I'm going to hand it off. Norv Turner had Cam Newton operating in an offense that's similar to what the New England Patriots like to do. Short passing game, take a shot every once in a while, and he was playing at an MVP level, to your point, G. That's all I got. Cam Newton.
Correct. No question about it. That video we just saw, by the way, was Marcus against Cam Newton. RC, what was it like being out on a field knowing I got to stop that guy?
Well, you know, Cam Newton is what started me on going into TV. I walked past Cam Newton in his first year, and much like Mohamed Sanu, who is a very big man, Cam Newton was walking on the field. I was walking out the locker room. They're on opposite sides. Me and Cam Newton crossed like this. I looked at him, and I said to myself, well, if they're going to start making quarterbacks like this, I need to start working on my second career. And that's what I started doing. I hit up Seth Markman. I texted with Trey Wingo a little bit, and I got me an ESPN internship. Because what I realized is I was built as an inferior human. And when they started drafting aliens to play quarterback, it was time for me to do something else, which I was okay with. I agree with Marcus, man. The dude is just different. And you have the Michael Vicks and you have the Lamar Jacksons, and you can make that comparison. We have no other Cameron Newton comparison. We don't have a guy who on many plays is the best runner on the team. We've never seen a guy who can also be the best passer on the field. We've also never seen a dude that is so dynamic that on most teams, he is your most dynamic player from an athletic standpoint. We just haven't seen that, and Cam Newton, when healthy, is that. And so when you're planning for him, when you're playing against him, and when you're sitting in your defensive back room and you look over at Troy Polamalu, and the question isn't, how are we going to stop them? The question isn't, okay, well, what are we going to do on the back end when they run this type of route combination? When Troy Polamalu looks at you and you look at him and y'all go, hey, man, how are we going to tackle Cam? That's an issue, and those are the issues you have every week when you're playing against somebody like that.
Rex, help me, because again, I said earlier in the show, you hated playing, coaching against guys like that. What's the game plan week one against him if you're the defensive guy?
Well, first off, I got to say this. My first encounter with Cam Newton, I'm on the field, and all of us have seen, like, incredible-looking guys or whatever, but I looked at him, and like Ryan Clark, I'm like, who in the hell is going to tackle him? I'm telling Ron Rivera that. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, this is a different guy. Like, all the way, a different guy. I mean, he really is. There's one guy like this on the planet. That's what I thought. But I will say this. Ryan said, we've never seen it before where the guy is the best passer on the field, the best runner on the field. Yes, we did. Last year's MVP, Lamar Jackson. The difference is this guy's even bigger than that. So, to me, if he's healthy, he's an absolute must-see guy. And thank God that I never had to tackle him or anything else, because there's no way in hell I would have broke a damn a shoelace or something. But somebody else tackled him. But to me, that's you can't believe how intimidating it is when you see this man up close. And that's what, when he comes walking in the door, you're going to tell me Jarrett Stidham's going to be the quarterback? Not if this guy's healthy, no chance.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.